Here I have a Jabba's Palace sealed deck, similar to the official tournament sealed deck that I showed in the previous video. This was designed to make sealed play where you open a few packs and make some decks out of that a bit more balanced. This is kind of an interesting one because the fixed cards, the premium cards that come in here, 2 of them are main characters, which unlike the original sealed deck, which was like helpful utility cards basically and some characters that had some interesting text, they weren't really like main characters from the movies. So just like the other one, the official tournament sealed deck, there's going to be 6 boxes in here. Most people prefer the Han box. It's this silvery gray color. Looks really nice. It's him frozen in carbonite. So if we're lucky, that's the one we'll get. Wrapper here's a bit dry, or I don't know if dry is the right word, but it seems extra brittle. You can kind of hear it. There we go. All right. Didn't seem to be stuck on there like it was with tape or anything. It was just, it had been on there so long it was sticking to it in some other way. So I'm going to just try to get under the seal here. Since our goal is to open it, might as well break the seal on it. Now it's just an official tournament deck. Okay, who's our character going to be? Hopefully a Han. There's a couple other cool ones too. Hey, there you go. It is a Han. Very nice. So I have a couple of these, and it looks like I picked the right one to open from. So just that, I love that color, and he's got the carbonite face there, silvery gray. Just my personal favorite box. Most people like the Vader one from the other deck, but this one for sure is my own favorite. So we'll see what's in here. There's definitely going to be a premiums pack. Okay, and this, if you saw my last video, they were packs were kind of stacked downwards, but this seems to have been a little bit better for the packs. The tops of the wrappers on the Premier and the other ones, those got bent down a little bit, but here they look real nice. So we'll set those to the side. I'll probably open a couple of the packs. And just since people like to buy these things sealed, I won't actually open it, but I will go through every card that comes in it because there is... there's 20 cards, 10 for each side. You're going to get the same arrangement in each. Sometimes there's different cards on top, but that's about the only difference is the order of the cards. So for the dark side, their main character was Jabba, who's got some pretty good text. While with an alien leader, he adds a battle destiny. So depending on how you did in pulling your cards from your sealed packs, you might actually get an alien leader. But he's at least not able to be targeted by weapons unless everybody else is hit. So there's a light side card we're going to see in a little bit that text is pretty useful on. A helpful pilot, some effects just to make your force drains more effective. This is definitely a game-changing card used in a lot of decks today, being able to take the top card of your lost pile into hand. And some really good text against opponents' diamond sights. Those were kind of abused with operative decks. Plus, having immunity to Honor of the Jedi, which reduces the force loss the dark side does, can be a pretty big deal. This My Kind of Scum objective was, there's a light side version of it too, where basically you get an alien in your deck, and then you have that alien represent other aliens of its species in Jabba's court, and it gave certain bonuses. So kind of a cool theme, and it got a lot of alien decks going. I have a couple that I've tried. I've done Tusken Raiders over the years, Jawas. I did one that was Jawas and Sabak. That's like the Star Wars version of poker. That was very annoying. My friend Robbie could probably tell you about that. If you ever see him at a tournament, he and I would probably try to go to one soon. That was the least favorite deck of mine he played. But should go without saying that I had a lot of fun playing it, but I didn't play it again because, it was pretty annoying. But we got Agents in the Court. That's the light side version of the objective. Then the last two. Now these white border cards are from something else, but this is just straight out of my binders. The Racing Skiff and the Stun Blaster. And that's a very cool idea. I mean, if you're lucky, If you draw a 7 on the Emperor, you can send the Emperor back to the opponent's hand and just shooting him with regular stun blasters. So I could imagine that'd be quite a thing to pull off. I think I've hit a Dark Jedi with that before. I think it was Maul actually, but I've never hit an Emperor with it. So those would be the premium cards. And we'll open a couple packs. If you're opening Jabba's Palace, chances are you're gonna get a unique alien as your rare, but that's not always the case. This one seems lucky for no real reason, and let's go with the bottom one too. Remember seeing these in the checkout lanes for $1, Jabba's Palace packs. They're the lowest priced of all the packs, but they're still a decent amount more than that now, $4 to $5 as of the filming of this video. Like usual, I'm trying to preserve the front of the packs as best I can. It doesn't always work out. Sorry if that means I go a bit slower. Alright, that's a fairly nice wrapper. You're going to see a lot of aliens in here if you've never opened Jabba's Palace before. Kind of like the text on this one thematically, making somebody forfeit -2 because it says it's used for suppressive fire, so it's both in the text and in how it works in the game. You're not trying to hit people outright, just make them less effective in combat. So I just kind of like conceptually how they decided to do that. I mean, it's fairly easy to, well, not really hit the person, but have the effect on your target. It's got a high destiny. There's a lot of cards that give you a good bonus when you shoot a weapon. So, plus it can pretty much go on any alien warrior. So, if you want to play that card that lets you forfeit weapons, superficial damage, I believe it is, that's not a bad choice. Sending a 5 back into your deck, allowing you to forfeit something to your used pile and making somebody else forfeit minus something. It's not too bad. Baragwins, these are, a lot of people consider this one of the best cards in the set just because of what it lets you do with your weapons and stuff in your lost pile. It's a green card. Okay, our rare is a green card. I'm talking about the one behind this one. This one's also interesting, being able to swarm non-unique aliens. In a recent video that I did, it was the Enhanced Jabba's Palace deck box. It's not really a deck, it's about 4 packs. I've got a thermal detonator, so it could be that. Could be a double laser cannon, and I think it also could be Dengar's blaster. In this case, that's another thermal detonator, all right. So that's pretty cool. A lot of text on here about 3's Destiny 3, draw 3 Destiny. The Grands, that's the species in Dark Forces that throw thermal detonators at you. That's kind of a joke because they have 3 eyes, and I think that's all related. So I'm opening one more pack. We'll see if maybe there's a 3rd thermal detonator in there in my recent videos. I guess that would be 3 videos too, because 2 sealed videos ago would have been that Enhanced Jabba's Palace. But that seems pretty unlikely that 2 packs right next to each other would have the same rare. In trouble with the wrappers today. There we go. Okay, so we're going to see a bunch of aliens to start out with, maybe a few other things. Another Mos Eisley blaster. I mean, I have a ton of them, but I do kind of like pulling the card. I just think it's a neat card to get. That's the dark side version of the Narshada Wind Chime, so it lets you pull an alien. And also lets you retrieve cards if you have a bunch of the same card on the table, which is pretty risky. There's a lot of, well, there we go, because this is the card I was going to mention, this is one that protects you from having duplicates in your hand, because there's a card, Monarch and Grimtosh, that makes you throw away duplicates that you have. It's one of the more polarizing cards in the game. Some people really hate it. Our rare is an alien, as might have been guessed. Okay, so he's got interesting text, allows you to take related sites into your hand, and that back then it was tough to get locations. That's At least back then, it was a fairly useful card, and I suppose there's a few rules that even today he could fill if you're having trouble getting your sights out and you wanted to start with General Riken, not General Riken, General Kriegsmadine. You could do that. So, not a bad round of packs there. A thermal detonator. If I'm opening Jabba's Palace packs and I'm getting a card that I sell from my store as a single, I'm pretty happy with that, because Jabba's Palace, I mean, if you like opening packs, it might be the best one to do, because there's a few good cards you could get, but yeah, it's probably the lowest value of any cards that you would get out of packs, so probably from Jabba's Palace. Well, in any case, that's our second thermal detonator in 3 videos, so I'm pretty happy with that. Hope you enjoyed watching this video and that you tune in for my next sealed product videos or my deck videos that I'm doing, or even every now and then when I buy a collection and go through that on video. Thanks again. Have a good one.